Yeah, even more so. It's you go out there and first of this week and it turns up, it's game week. And even last week, I thought we had really good focus. They transitioned from preseason camp and they were ready to get out of that into game preparation, NC State. And this week, yesterday was day 9 of NC State prep. Today was day 10. But you're looking at guys that familiar with the game plan. It wasn't having to put the game plan in; they were already familiar with it and ready to roll. So that was really good. And now there's more of a sense of urgency, especially with our older guys, understanding what game week's all about.
So much has been said and prepared for this game. Is there going to be anything that you say specifically? One last thing before you leave those guys as they head out onto the field.
I think it really comes down to your fundamentals and doing what we do. That's what you want to kind of lead the guys with, and you get enough reps at everything you plan on doing in a ball game, everything they could do during a ball game, that just takes over, and that's their fundamentals. They fall back on. There's the old saying, you rise, you don't rise to the event. You go fall back on your training, and that's what we try to go with.
How hard is that, or maybe rough is the transition this week? You're going, everything before this week is just strictly about physical nature, and then this week is 99% mental, it seems.
Yeah, it is. You do get into more of a mental aspect of just preparing for a game. We try to in preseason camp. You have basically you practice all week. You go scrimmage on Saturday. So even during those weeks, we treat it somewhat like a game week. So when you get here, you've been through those routines. You've been through those processes. And again, we've got a lot of older guys who've been through a lot of game weeks and been you know, to a game and played in Dowdy Ficklin and played in big ball games. So they know how to prepare for those games.
How have they helped you kind of prepare for communication in a full dowdy? 'Cause I don't think you've seen one yet.
Yeah, I just tell everybody to leave their microphones up so at least I can hear and and the signal caller can hear me. But yeah, I'm really excited about Dowdy Ficklin and packed out and 50,000 Sea Pirate Nation in full effect, and I think that's really an advantage for us defensively. That offensively sometimes you want to make sure you can communicate, but defensively when we're out there, we want the crowd and fans as loud as they can be, and because NC State's offense wants to be able to communicate, we're ready to rock and roll and maybe have them have a false start penalty, or maybe they blow an assignment because they can't communicate back and forth, protection-wise, run game-wise, whatever it may be. And that could be huge for us, especially, with us moving pre-snap or post-snap, and maybe they blow a protection, they didn't see a movement, or they didn't hear somebody with a check, and that could be a huge advantage with the fans and playing in Dowdy Ficklin in a full stadium.
What a home advantage is all about.
That's right, and we need to take full advantage of that.
Coach, this will be your first time coaching in the ECU State game. Have you talked to any of the players that played in previous games, or like doing any research on the history of it, or do you know kind of about the rivalry?
Our players early on, I think going back next spring, or last spring, told me, kind of the history of what they've had and what they've experienced. Miles Berry was one of my room that they still remember 18, and they talked about that and those things and what they went through and how they want things to be different and their challenges and their goals and then growing up in the state of North Carolina, you obviously know about all the in-state colleges, football teams, rivalries in state. You learn a few additional things once you're in it, and it's just pretty neat to be part of. And what an awesome game we get to be a part of. What an awesome university we get to be a part of, and a great rivalry we get to be a part of. I told our guys this early in the week. I said, I don't want to be anywhere else in the nation, any other ball game with any other team than I do right here in Dowdy Ficklin on Saturday at noon kickoff. And I sincerely mean that. Because I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and I'm really excited about watching our guys go play.
When you look at playing with emotion off the crowd, talking to Xavier Miles about it, like, do you worry about them maybe over pursuing or playing with too much emotion, or do you feel like they're such veteran players or such veteran defense that it won't get too wrapped up in that?
Coach Houston talks about that a lot. Hey, you got to let all that be that, and you got to go focus on doing your job. You got to focus on the next play, or just doing a great job within the play and doing your responsibility, and that's what you've hoped. That you've repped something so many times that it's no thinking to it. Boom, they go snap to it, they go play, and we'll make sure we do a good job of getting that done and making it easy for them, especially early on.